Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 13, Liz Cordova. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 2, Caitlin Lazarus. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 6, Mackenzie Tano. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 15, Mel Savalo. Batting eighth, the pitcher, number 11, Paige Rasmussen. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 4, Brianna Hale. And at the flex, the first baseman, number 21, Tara Espinoza. The Crusaders are coached by Caitlin Dykes. She is assisted by Cassie James and Katie Castillo. And now let's meet your Game 1 starters for the home team on the scoreboard from Shreveport, Louisiana. Leading off, the right fielder, number 9, Terry Johnson. Batting second, the shortstop, number 17, Haley Campbell. Batting third, the third baseman, number 20, Margot Smith. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 3, Sydney Hurley. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 24, Wendy Gillette. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 27, Cassie Gonzalez. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 8, Aaron Lewis. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Jamie Wilkinson. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 25, Nicole Gant. And at the flex, the pitcher, number 6, Nicole Aldridge. The ladies are coached by Mark Sweer. He is assisted by Whitney Patterson.
It's a battle of the comeback kids here as the Centenary ladies are taking on the University of Dallas Crusaders. Both of these teams with comeback victories today to stave off elimination against their morning and afternoon opponents as we set off for the first game of this evening, the fourth game of the day of the SCAC Softball Conference Championship Tournament. I'm Carl Schoening. Rob Hipp will be chiming in from time to time. Nathan Height is our producer, making sure that we keep up to date on the scoreboard. Happy you guys tuned in to this matchup between the 8-32 University of Dallas Crusaders and the host school, the Centenary College ladies, who come into this matchup 18-22. You heard the lineups given out before the start of this first inning, but the University of Dallas is the designated visiting team, being the lower 6 seed. Leading things off will be the left fielder, Bree Torres. The freshman hitting .252 steps up and will go up against Nicole Aldridge. Aldridge in the circle, ready to throw her first pitch and get this ball game underway. The windmill motion is a rise ball that goes high, and that'll be ball 1 to Torres. Torres has played and started in 40 games, 119 at-bats to her name, 10 runs scored. She takes a strike on the 1-0 count. 30 hits, 3 doubles, and 11 RBIs with a slugging percentage of .277. 14 walks drawn, and she has struck out 17 times. Aldridge has the 1-1 slapped foul, and she goes ahead in the count 1-2 against Bree Torres. Waiting on deck, Madison Couts. The 1-2 from Aldridge, swung on, hitting the play. This will go into shallow right field. Shading over is the shortstop for Centenary College, Haley Campbell, and that'll be one away.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Maddie Counts.
I beg your pardon, that was actually a fly to second base, and Jamie Wilkinson making the grab. The first pitch to Maddie Couts is a strike, and Aldridge stays hot in the circle here to start off this first inning. The 0-1 is in the lower half of the zone, and that'll go ahead and be strike number 2. Quickly ahead is Aldridge, 0-2 in the count. The 0-2 low and away, a waste pitch used there by Aldridge, trying to get Couts to chase after something outside, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the catcher for the Crusaders. 1-1, grounder up the middle. That'll be played by Campbell. She'll get it over to first in time for out number 2 as Gillette makes the squeeze. And that'll be 2 away here in the top of the first inning.
Now batting the third baseman, number 28, Julie Duenas.
Julie Duenas now coming up to the plate. Duenas batting third. And with nobody on, 2 outs. Duenas, the sophomore, hitting .423 coming into this at bat, takes the first pitch, a curveball to fall south of the strike zone, and it'll be ball 1. Aldridge finds her pitch, and an off speed just misses the strike zone, ball 2. Two on the way from Aldridge. She finds the strike zone across the knees, and Duenas takes the strike. Doesn't move her bat on the pitch, and she's still ahead in the count, 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first. Aldridge trying to get out without getting up a base runner. Here's a fly ball going to center field. Shading over to make the catch is Cassie Gonzalez. There's no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. We head into the bottom of the first. Coming to the plate will be the Centenary ladies when we come back on SHN Sports.
First, the break fielder, number 9, Terry Johnson.
Terry Johnson will lead things off here for Centenary in their half of the first inning. Johnson, a freshman, hitting .264. 91 at-bats prior to this one here. She's appeared in 36 games, started in 33, the freshman. The left-handed batter going up against Paige Rasmussen. Rasmussen in the circle, an ERA of .313 entering the game. She is a pitcher of record at 3-6, appeared in 12 games, 9 starts, 5 completed, and the first pitch misses downstairs, ball 1. Rasmussen sends the 1-0 outside and catches the corner for strike 1. Johnson doesn't really leave her spot in the batter box. She dodges a pitch that misses inside, and that'll be 2 balls, 1 strike as Johnson has to flinch her way away from the softball, and it's 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch catches the outer half of the zone, and it's a 2-2 count now to Terry Johnson, the right fielder for the ladies. Looking to get on base, be the game's first base runner. Terry gets hit by a pitch, and that'll result in a walk. So Johnson does become the game's first base runner, and It doesn't help out her batting average, but she'll take it all the same. It helps out her on-base percentage as Haley Campbell comes up to the plate with nobody out and one on. Campbell, the shortstop, right-handed batter, and junior hitting .269. Lays a bunt down that goes right back to Rasmussen. She goes ahead and makes the easy play to first, and it's a squeeze made at the first base bag by Tara Espinoza, and that will be out number one here in the top of the first, but the sacrifice works as Johnson moves over to second.
Margot Smith.
Brings up the third baseman, Margot Smith, the senior, hitting .306. Right-handed batter facing Rasmussen. A check swing pulled back as the ball misses inside on the pitch, and 1-0 count here to Smith. Smith sends this one in the air over to the left field. It's going to go into foul territory, and it would be tough to catch for the left fielder for the Crusaders, Bree Torres, as she has to run into the fence that the ball hit. Margot Smith will come back after the long strike. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here, first inning. Ones are wild as Rasmussen sends the pitch in. It's off-speed pitch that goes over the heart of the plate. And count now 1-2 to Margot Smith. A slow roller over to the first. Duenas will look at the lead runner and then decide to make the easy play to Espinoza, and that'll be 2 away. Advancing to third is Johnson. But because of the easy plays, Margot Smith retired on the 5-3 putout. Sydney Hurley has to get a base hit to bring home Terry Johnson, who sits at third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The ladies try to be the first ones on the scoreboard. Rasmussen with a long look in, decides to step into the center of the rubble, go into her motion, and sends a strike across the heart of the plate. So Sydney Hurley, a senior, one of 4 seniors in a row. She is hitting .311, and she takes the 0-1 low and inside, ball 1. Didn't even flinch at that pitch. Our home plate umpire just gave me a wink, I think. I don't know what that was about. The 1-1 on the way. This one hit in the air and chasing after it, going into deep center field. Making the catch for the University of Dallas is their center fielder, Liz Cordova, and that ends the inning and ends the threat. So no runs, no hits, no errors made, and a runner left on. We head into the top of the second, still scoreless between Centenary and the University of Dallas. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports.
Well, friends, welcome to the 2019 SCAC softball tournament hosted by Centenary College here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Wanted to remind you that this game, the winner will advance to play at 8 o'clock versus Southwestern. And the winner of that will go on to play Texas Lutheran tomorrow for the championship. And that game at 1:30. And whoever advances, if they can beat Texas Lutheran, and it could be capable. Texas Lutheran, a very tough team, as Southwestern handed them their first loss after 52 conference games earlier this season. That was 52 conference games in a row. Southwestern finally dealing them a loss. So they can be beaten, but it's going to take place at 1:30 tomorrow. And if a team can beat Texas Lutheran, they're going to have to beat them twice to win the 2019 SCAC softball championship. Friendly reminder, we want to give a special thanks to our friends at Mack Hike Ford in Georgetown, Texas, providing transportation. Terry Leggett and Marshall Benavides, Mack Hike Ford in Georgetown. Carl, back over to you.
Thank you, Rob, as We like to also remind you to subscribe. Last time I checked, we were on a scary number of 666. So if you could really do us a favor and get us off of that number, at least, we would really appreciate you subscribing and keep it up with all of the SCAC conference action here. As we start off the top of the second, it'll be Liz Cordova who will start things off here. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters here as Cordova steps in. Cordova, a sophomore, hitting .269, getting a chant from the University of Dallas dugout as Aldridge sends a pitch in. It's a chopper that heads over to short. Campbell picks it up and throws it wide of the bag to Gillette, and that will result in an E6. Reaching is Cordova. Following the error to put Cordova on, the designated player, Caitlin Lazarek, will step up. Lazarek, a junior, hitting .224. Right-handed batter, facing Aldridge for the first time here this early evening. Lazarek shows bunt and does make contact, but it goes behind her and the catcher for the ladies as Sydney Hurley had to play that, and it wouldn't have mattered as it immediately went foul, and down the count of 1 is Lazarek. First base runner for the Crusaders reaching on an error in Cordova. The 0-1 fouled off, and Lazarek down 0-2 in the count here after 2 pitches from Aldridge. Nicole Aldridge entering this game, the senior, a .394 ERA, 3-6 when she's been the pitcher of record, and the 0-2 pitch goes outside. It's ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a check swing pulled back and then swinging through and missing, striking out is Lazarek, the first strikeout of the evening for Nicole Aldridge. It's 1 out and 1 on. Cordova on first. Mackenzie Tano will come up to the plate, the right fielder for the University of Dallas. Tano, a junior, hitting .245 in 36 starts this year, 102 at-bats. She's going to take the first pitch as a strike on the outside corner. Down 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, bunt shown and laid, but fouled back, and that'll be 0-2 the count quickly. Tano also down as Lazarek and Tano back-to-back batters go down 0-2 on the first 2 pitches. Mel Savala on deck, hoping to get her opportunity at the plate. The 0-2, a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Aldridge result in out number 2, and that is the second strikeout for Aldridge here in the ballgame as she's found a little bit of a rhythm in the circle. Mel Savala will come up to the plate, the second baseman for the University of Dallas. Swings and misses on the first pitch. Cordova caught off the bag. She slides in safe as there was a heads-up play from Hurley to Gillette, and Cordova able to get back in time to preserve the at-bat for Mel Savala. Savala fouls back the pitch and is the consecutive batter to go down 0-2, third consecutive batter. Back-to-back strikeouts, so Aldridge's game plan here of getting ahead in the count working out so far. Cordova ready to go at first. The 0-2 misses outside. Taking advantage of that pitch count, Aldridge maybe trying to get Savala to chase. Savala, a senior, hitting .247, starting her 25th game. Shows her ready position here at the 1-2 is floated into right field on Chase, making the catch for the ladies to end the inning is right fielder Terry Johnson, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error made by the defense, and a runner left on. We head into the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless. Coming up to the plate will be the Centenary ladies when we come back on SHN Sports. Bottom of the second inning, we're still scoreless between Centenary and the University of Dallas. It's Wendy Gillette, Cassie Gonzalez, and Aaron Lewis due up for the ladies here in the bottom of the second. Gillette going up against Rasmussen for the first time this evening. The first pitch from Rasmussen is a strike on the outer half of the zone. The left-handed batter, Gillette, will step out here. She falls down 0-1 in the count. Gillette, a senior, hitting .351 and her 38th start here. The 0-1 swung on, hitting the left field as this one shades into center. This one is out the wall. It'll be a stand-up double for Gillette. That's a way to start off the second inning. And Rasmussen gives up another leadoff runner. This time Gillette starts at second and Cassie Gonzalez comes up to the plate. Taking a couple practice cuts is Gonzalez here, the center fielder for the ladies. Steps in the left-handed batter box. Rasmussen finds her sign and decides to wait a moment here before she steps to the center and goes through her motion. Here's the pitch, a bunt pulled back, a strike still found by Rasmussen. Gillette thought better of laying down the bunt. Crashing in from the left side was Duenas. A strong gust of wind comes across the field. Might have kept that ball from Gillette from going out of the park, and a dead ball is called by the umpire as I believe perhaps leaving the ball a little bit, I think that might be runner's interference called there as their batter's interference, and that results in an out for Gillette.
You gotta wonder here, Carl, with this wind, can you have a wind interference? My goodness.
Yeah, so batter's interference there results in Gonzalez being out. Aaron Lewis will come up to the plate with one out, and one on as Gillette sits at second. A ball inside here on Lewis, the designated player for the pitcher, Nicole Aldridge. The 1-0 is swung on, hitting the left field, and coming over, making the catch is Torres. That'll be out number 2, and staying put at second is Gillette, following the fly out. Brings up Jamie Wilkinson. Wilkinson came in and provided a spark in the 5th inning, in which kept the Centenary College ladies softball season alive as they scored 6 runs to erase a 4-0 deficit in the 5th inning of the earlier game against the Trinity Tigers earlier in elimination day today. The first pitch is a grounder that goes foul to Wilkinson, as Coach Sweer had to duck out of the way from that grounder.
He turned around, Carl, joking around, and had a pin, I think, in his ear, and he threw it. He was just joking. That was pretty funny. He was smiling.
Jamie Wilkinson down 0-1 in the count here. Rasmussen sends the 0-1 in, a check swing foul tip back, and 0-2 count here for Wilkinson, the second baseman for Centenary. Wilkinson hitting .206, the freshman among 3 straight freshmen here at the bottom of the order for Centenary. 4 straight freshmen if you count to the top of the order, Terry Johnson. 2 outs. Runner on second, a little excuse me swing goes back to Rasmussen. She'll make the underhand toss to Espinoza and end the inning. So no runs off 1 hit, no errors made by the defense of the Crusaders, and a runner left on for the ladies. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. No score between Dallas and Centenary College. We'll be back in a moment here on SHN Sports. Starting off the top of the 3rd inning, it'll be Paige Rasmussen looking to help out her own cause here as there's still no score, and Nicole Aldridge in the circle for a 3rd inning of work. Just misses the strike zone with a pitch downstairs. It's ball 1. The 1-0 skying to center field. Underneath it, making the grab, not having to do too much movement, is Gonzalez. And that will be out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting the shortstop, number 4, Brianna Hale.
Following the fly out to center from Rasmussen, we're down to the 9th hitter in the order, Brianna Hale. Also due up here in the top of the 3rd, Bree Torres, as a swing and a miss results in the first strike here to Hale. Hale, the shortstop, a freshman, hitting .257 coming into this at-bat. Starting in her 27th game, the 0-1 hit in the air. This one going to Gonzalez in center field, a little bit further tracking, but an easy enough catch for Gonzalez. Back-to-back flyouts to center leads to 2 outs here to start off this 3rd inning.
The left fielder, number 8, Bree Torres.
So Bree Torres, who popped up to second to start off this ball game, will come up 0 for 1, trying to reach base for the first time. A fly ball going to right, and Johnson will be waved off by Wilkinson, who makes the catch on a run. A much more difficult catch, but that ends the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Crusaders. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. We head into the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless between Dallas and Centenary College. It's the bottom of the third inning. The Centenary ladies host school here at Centenary College in lovely Shreveport, Louisiana. Will try and get on the scoreboard first as they have the 9-1-2 hitters due up. Nicole Gaunt, Terry Johnson, and Haley Campbell, the three batters that'll come to the plate here, at least for Centenary. As Nicole Gaunt steps in, the right-handed batter with an average of 123. We'll see the first pitch in for a strike. Rasmussen in for her third inning of work, gets a smile as she gets the strike, and I think her teammate Maddie Couts, the catcher, will go ahead and make a joke there that will be inside. Not something that we can get. A grounder laid down past the third baseman Hale, and a base hit to get things going here in the bottom of the third for Gaunt.
The right fielder, number 9, Terry Johnson.
Brings us back to the top of the order for the Centenary ladies. It's Terry Johnson, who last time up was hit by a pitch and left on at third in the first inning, coming up for her second plate appearance in the third. Johnson shows bunt and puts it down the third base side, but she kept first base side, but she kept it in the air. Espinoza crashes in and catches it, and that'll be one away as Johnson fails on the sacrifice. Give a pop up to the first baseman, and 1 out, 1 on. Haley Campbell will come up to the plate. She sacrificed to advance Johnson in the first inning, so she is yet to record an at-bat here as Rasmussen in the circle. Looks in here. 1 out, 1 on. No score here between Centenary and the University of Dallas. The ball goes outside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way, a swing and a miss, and taking off for second, sliding in safe is Gaunt, and that swing might have been taken by Campbell, not necessarily to make a play on the ball as she was way off the mark, but necessarily to help out Gaunt, and Gaunt moves over to second. Campbell with a 1-1 count will go ahead and crowd the plate here against Rasmussen. 1-1 to Rasmussen. Low and inside, and that'll be ball 2. Campbell back up. Rasmussen's 2-1 pitch on the way. Is a off-speed pitch that was grazed by the bat of Campbell, and that'll be strike 2. Count all level, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Time asked for and granted to Coach Mark Swear as he will go ahead and have a conversation with our home plate umpire. Not sure what the conversation is about here. 1 out. Runner on second is Nicole Gaunt, and Haley Campbell with a 2-2 count, hoping to break the scoreless tie we have in the bottom of the third inning. The meeting between Swear and home plate umpire is all done, and the meeting in the circle between Rasmussen and most of her infield is also over. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Campbell. Rasmussen ready to go. Has her pitch into the motion. The 2-2 is a strike on the inner half of the zone. Strike 3, and Campbell is retired looking. Brings up Margot Smith.
Margot Smith.
Smith, the third baseman, 0 for 1. She grounded out to third back in the first inning. 2 outs and Gaunt on second, and here is Rasmussen into the motion, and it's a floater that comes across the plate, but outside, ball 1.
Yeah, a little bit earlier, the reason Coach was talking to the umpire, he was asking if the pitcher was throwing illegal pitches.
I suppose it's something to look out for. I'm not sure if I would be able to spot one as the 1-0 finds the strike zone, and it's a ball and a strike here to Smith. Rasmussen's 1-1 swung on and fouled off, and Rasmussen gets ahead in the count here. A ball and 2 strikes to Margot Smith. One-two swung on, hitting the left center field. That'll fall as Torres was unable to catch up to it. Being waved in to score is Gaunt, and we're scoreless no longer. Gaunt scores the first run of the game. Smith gets the RBI double. And it's the ladies from Centenary College taking the early lead 1-0. 2 outs, the runner Smith on second for Sydney Hurley, who is 0 for 1. She flew out to center to end the first inning. She'll step up here, second at bat against Rasmussen.
The catcher, number 3, Sydney Hurley.
Hurley gets signals from Coach Mark Swear on the third base batter box. Coach's box. Rasmussen with the wind at her back. Delivers the first pitch to Hurley. It's a grounder that gets past Hale, and that'll be a base hit. Being held up at third is Margot Smith. Getting greedy, sliding into second without being contested will be Hurley, and then the throw from Couch gets away from her, so coming in to score will be Margot Smith from second all the way around. The error is how she reaches home, so an unearned run gives the second run of the ball game to the Centenary ladies, 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. This 2-out rally presented by Margot Smith, who got the RBI double. Now she comes around to score the second run of the ball game. She brought in Gaunt earlier, and Sydney Hurley reaches with the base hit, and then she gets the second on the error. Brings up Wendy Gillette. Gillette takes the ball on the first pitch from Rasmussen. Gillette grounds this one into right field, and waving around second, and now being held up as she comes back to third. They slide in, and safe at third is Sydney Hurley. But getting to second on the play is Wendy Gillette. So runners at first and second for Cassie Gonzalez, and this 2-out rally continuing for the University of Dallas. We might see a pitching change here as Rasmussen and the rest of the infield meet in the circle with University of Dallas head coach Caitlin Dykes. Dykes in her first season here at the University of Dallas, trying to help her team advance in the SCAC conference tournament. She finds her team trailing 2-0 after a tremendous comeback this morning against Schreiner.
Well, Carl Centenary over there doing their rally dance, and Coach Swear just looked over, shook his head, kind of smirked, and goes back to coaching.
He's not going to get on the dance?
I was hoping to see him dance, but it didn't happen.
Maybe it takes a little more than 2 runs for him to get in on a dance, as there's runners at second and third, and now Gonzalez will step up. Rasmussen stays in the game. The corners play up from the bags, and here's the first pitch. It's a strike delivered from Rasmussen to Gonzalez. Gonzalez was out on a batter's interference back in the second inning. A strong wind coming in from the south on the back of the pitcher Rasmussen into the face of the batter Gonzalez. The 0-1 swung on, hit in the air, and this will bounce, and a dead ball called. That will result in out number 3. So that ends the happy inning for the Centenary ladies, and back-to-back odd at-bats for Cassie Gonzalez, and we will go ahead and take this 2-0 score into the top of the 4th inning. It's 2-0. The Centenary College ladies leading the University of Dallas Crusaders. They scored those 2 runs here in the 3rd off of 4 hits, an error made by the defense of the Crusaders, and a single runner left on base by the Centenary ladies. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in a moment. It's 2-0, Centenary on top of Dallas here in an elimination game of the SCAC Conference Softball Tournament. We'll be back. Top of the 4th inning, it's the catcher, Maddie Couts, who swings at the first pitch she sees. It's a bounce to Wilkinson, and Wilkinson unable to get it over to first in time as she bobbled the ball, and I think that'll result in a base hit for Couts. I'll go ahead and rule it a base hit.
Baseman number 28, Julie Duenas.
And Julie Duenas will come up to the plate. She flew out to center field in the 1st inning to end the 1st. Here she is with 1 on, nobody out. Her team trailing 2-0 here as the Centenary College ladies will go ahead and try and carry this 2-0 lead through the top of the 4th inning. Aldridge in the circle for her 4th inning of work, sends a ball downstairs, and Duenas will step out and adjust her glove and helmet before she comes back into the batter box. One 0 to Duenas. Outside, and that's ball 2. To Duenas, and it's a pitch that misses the zone as it goes near the dirt. Hurley comes up with a good glove full of dirt, and it's a 3-0 count here to Duenas. I don't think she's going to move that bat off her shoulder. She's going to make Aldridge find the strike zone. A ball missing outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Duenas at first, and that moves Couts over to second base. Louise Cordova will come up now. She reached in the start of the 2nd on an error and was left on first there after the next 3 batters were retired. So Cordova here with an opportunity to try and help the University of Dallas cut into this 2-0 lead. Cordova takes a pitch high, and Aldridge has thrown 5 straight balls.
Carl, that sun pretty brutal right now as it's setting. I'm taking a look over there at third base and shortstop. They're both kind of putting their hands over their eyes at times. It's right in their face.
It is setting here in the face of some of the players here as there's a pop-up from Cordova, and it'll be an easy play for Margot Smith, who comes over. So a pop-up in foul territory retires Cordova. 2 on, 1 out. Caitlin Lazarick will come up to the plate.
Designated player number 2, Caitlin Lazarick.
Lazarick struck out last time, one of 2 strikeouts on the day for Aldridge. A bunt coming back into the stands, foul, and now it'll be strike 1 on Lazarick. Defensively, it's Aldridge in the circle, Hurley behind the plate, Gillette at first, Wilkinson at second, playing short as Campbell. Smith is at third. A bunt laid down going foul, and down in the count 0-2 is Lazarick. In the outfield from left to right, it's Gotten left, Gonzalez in center, Johnson in right for the ladies. No balls, 2 strikes. Caitlin Lazarick, the designated player for the first baseman, Tara Espinoza, takes a ball, and a lot of the fans here for Centenary didn't agree with it. Lazarick right back into the right-hand batter box. Aldridge finds the pitch, sends it in, a 1-2, lined into center. That'll bounce in front of Gonzalez. She's going to try and cut off, and she does. Maddie Couts from scoring. Couts sits at third. Duenas advances to second. The base hit from Lazarick puts her on at first. The base is loaded. Mackenzie Tano coming up. She's 0 for 1. She struck out back in the second. 1 out here. The base is loaded. A 2-0 lead for the Centenary ladies is currently at risk here as Tano steps in. Tano grounds this one to third, and it goes foul. That one actually hitting the foot of Maddie Couts.
Carl, a little deja vu here for the University of Dallas. They were down in their previous game, kind of in the same predicament. This is where they really came back and won that game.
The 0-1 pitch swung on him to right field, and Johnson will get underneath it. Tagging up from third is Couts. There will be a play at the plate, but sliding in safe is Maddie Couts, and then a play over to third. Duenas was able to advance just fine. Lazarick gets to second. The sacrifice fly from Tano makes this a 2-1 ball game as the University of Dallas gets on the board here in the the top of the 4th inning. And Mel Savala will come up to the plate here. Savala will have to wait here as there's a conversation happening among the field umpires, and there was an appeal from Margot to see if Duenas might not have been safe at third. From my angle, it looked like Duenas got there in time, but they're having a little discussion to see whether or not she maybe came off of the bag early. Duenas keeping her foot attached to the bag before she maybe steps off of it to relax. Margot Smith still holding the ball in her glove, and that'll be the end of the conversation. 2 outs here, top of the 4th. It's a 1-run lead. Savala will come up to the plate. 0 for 1 is Savala. Runners at second and third. Lazarick at second. Duenas at third. And a pitch just downstairs from Aldridge on the first offering to Savala. One 0 to Savala. Fastball that just goes above the elbows. 2 balls, no strikes here to the second baseman for the Crusaders. 2-1 pitch gets away from Hurley. Coming in to score from third is Duenas as she slides in safe, and we tied this ball game up. Heading to third is the designated player, Lazarick, and it's a 2-2 ball game. That pitch missing, and it's a 3-0 count to Savala here, and I think Coach Mark Swear wants to make a change somewhere as he's talking administrative work with our home plate umpire. Maybe he's not going to make a change. He just wants a clarification on something or another. As that pass ball from Hurley results in the second run of the ball game. And it does look like there will be some note taken by the umpire, but I'm not sure what it might be. Perhaps the end of Aldridge's. Yes, it will be the end of Aldridge's evening as Hannah Scoggin will come in now. So Scoggin making her first appearance in this game. She came in relief earlier today against Trinity.
In to pitch for the ladies, number 1, Hannah Scoggin.
So Scoggin, an ERA of 3.19, a record of 9-5 when she's been the pitcher of record. Appeared in 22 games, 10 starts, 6 complete games, 1 save. Has pitched 79 innings, given up 95 hits, 44 runs, 36 of those were earned, 14 walks, and has struck out 30 batters. Scoggin finishing up her warm-up pitches, and she will inherit Mel Savala here with a 3-0 count, and Lazarick on third, and 2 outs here. So she's hoping to get out of this bottom of the 4th inning where 2 runs have been scored here by the University of Dallas. Started off with a leadoff hit by Maddie Couts, then a walk by Julie Duenas. Cordova popped up for the first out, and then Lazarick hit a base hit to bring in a run, and Mackenzie Tano brought in a run of the sacrifice. Actually, I beg your pardon, she brought in the RBI, and then a pass ball brought in Duenas. So the first pitch is a miss from Scoggin, and that walks Savala. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, and now Paige Rasmussen will come up to the plate to take on Scoggin. And it looks like there is a change for who's going to pitch here or bat here. Instead of Paige Rasmussen, it is going to be Karina Campo. Karina Campo didn't quite seem to know who put her in, as Caitlin Dykes had to ask what was going on. I don't think she's too happy about the situation.
Now batting number 17, Karina Campo.
And Campo grounds this one up the middle to be scooped up by Campbell. She tags the second base back for the force out from Savala, and that ends the inning. But 2 runs do score off of 2 hits, an error made by the defense of the ladies, and a runner left on for the Centenary College, or excuse me, the University of Dallas Crusaders. We head into the bottom of the 4th inning, and it is a 2-2 ball game here between the Centenary ladies and the University of Dallas Crusaders. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports. Bottom of the fourth inning, and losing their 2-0 lead are the Centenary ladies as they lost it in the top half of this fourth inning. And leading things off is designated player Erin Lewis. She swings at the first pitch she sees. Shading over from second is Savala, and that'll be out number 1 on the first pitch. Lewis is retired. 1 out, nobody on. Jamie Wilkinson, the second baseman, will come up to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She grounded out to the pitcher back in the second inning. Comes up for her second plate appearance. That pitch inside, ball 1. As we mentioned earlier, Karina Campo came in to bat for Rasmussen. She has an ERA of 7.11. She's 3-12 when she's been the pitcher of record. She sends a pitch low there, and 2 balls, no strikes here to Jamie Wilkinson. Wilkinson steps back into the right-handed batter box. The 2-0 pitch on the way. That one misses high, and it's 3-0 from Campo. Karina Campo will get a word of encouragement from Maddie Kautz, her catcher, before play resumes. The 3-0 pitch, a strike delivered down the heart of the zone, and it looks like Kautz' words of encouragement helped out Campo finding the strike zone there. Wilkinson, the 8th hitter in the order, waiting on deck, Nicole Gaunt. She's the last lady due up. The Crusaders playing defense. The 3-1 misses outside. It's a 5-pitch walk for Wilkinson. Brings up Nicole Gaunt.
Left fielder number 25, Nicole Gant.
Nicole Gant. Nicole Gant here. Singleton came around to score in the 3rd inning. 1 of 2 runs to score in the 3rd. She takes a strike on the first pitch from Campo. The 0-1. Low and inside. A ball and a strike count even up here for Gant. The Centenary ladies dugout saying get swifty here for Gant as she fouls off the pitch. It's a 1-2 count here to Gant. That pitch goes way over the head of the catcher, Kautz, and taking off for second is Jamie Wilkinson. And Kautz tried to do her best, but the wild pitch advances the runner Wilkinson. She's in scoring position. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-2 inside, and it's a full count here to Nicole Gant. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner on second in Wilkinson. Gant hoping to bring her home here as Campo has to send a strike in, and it's a grounder right back to Campo, goes off her glove. She will try and throw over to first, and she got it there in time as Espinosa gets the out from Campo. But advancing to third is Jamie Wilkinson. She's going to need a base hit to come across the score, and Terry Johnson here, who is 0 for 1, who was also hit by a pitch in the first inning, will come up to the plate. Terry Johnson adjusts the left-handed batter box before Campo has her meeting broken up in the circle. That's the first batter. And a foul ball here going off the end of the bat from Terry Johnson. And Mark Swear is concerned about the call here, saying it went off the end of the bat and didn't hit Terry Johnson, so Johnson will instead probably have a foul ball, though she is gripping her right hand. She felt like it hit her.
Shortstop number 17, Haley Campbell.
The 0-1 here to Haley Campbell after, I suppose, Terry Johnson was out. That pitch inside on Campbell. So Terry Johnson, I beg your pardon, was hit by that pitch. Now she's over at second. And Campbell here with a 2-1 fly ball to left field. Torres makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors made by the defense of the Crusaders, and a runner left on for the Centenary ladies. We head into the top of the fifth inning. We're tied at 2 here from Centenary College in the elimination game here for the SCAC Conference Softball Championships. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports. It's the start of the fifth inning. We're tied at 2 between the University of Dallas and Centenary College. I'm Carl Schoen, Bree Hale at the plate to start things off. She swings at the first pitch she sees from Scoggin. It's sent over to right field. Johnson makes the grab, and an F9 to start things off here in the fifth inning. Brings us back to the top of the order, Bree Torres. Torres 0 for 2. She popped up to second in the first inning, and she popped up to short into the third as that one into right field on that contact from Torres. Nobody on, 1 out. Scoggin the pitch, swung on, fouled off. The 0-1 pitch to Torres. Grounder right back to Scoggin, and she'll go ahead and make the throw over to Gillette, out number 2. 2 up, 2 down brings up Maddie Couts, the catcher for the Dallas Crusaders. She reached on a single and came around to score on her last at-bat in the 4th inning. She also grounded out to short in the 1st. Couts steps in, going up against Scoggin for the first time this evening. She swings the first pitch she sees. It gets past the short second baseman, Wilkinson, and then Johnson makes a throw to Gillette, but Couts gets there in plenty of time and gets the 2-out single. Brings up Julie Duenas. Duenas 0 for 1. She walked and came around to score on a pass ball in the 4th inning. She flew out to center field in the 1st. Duenas steps in, right-handed batter. Scoggin wasting no time, sends a pitch outside, ball 1. The 1-0 upstairs, and that'll be ball 2. Duenas with a good eye as Scoggin sends the pitch high. Scoggin already ready to go in the center of the circle. Duenas is ready as well. Here's the 2-0 right away, and that pitch misses just outside, ball 3. Scoggin looking for the strike zone here. She needs to find it. Duenas is probably going to just see what happens on this pitch. 3-0. And that's called ball 4, and Duenas will take her base. Back-to-back base runners reach here as Couts moves over to second. Duenas gets the free base on a 4-pitch walk. Brings up Liz Cordova. Cordova reached on an error back in the 2nd inning, and she popped up to third base in the 4th. So she's officially 0 for 1. And now she'll come up to the plate and grounds one up the middle. That one goes into center field. Being held up at third is Couts. Duenas moves over to second after the walk as Cordova gets the base hit single. So 3 straight base runners after consecutive outs to start off this top of the 5th inning. And the University of Dallas wants to take the lead here during their 2-out rally, as the designated player, Caitlin Lazarek, comes up, and she singled and was left on at third back in the 4th inning. She struck out in the 2nd inning. She faces Scoggin for the first time, and a fly ball going out to right field. Johnson looking to try and get it, but instead it is a sliding grab not made by Gonzalez. 2 runs will score. Couts comes in as well as Duenas, and the University of Dallas takes a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 5th. And an error, you know what? I'm not going to rule that an error in my book. I'm going to give that a base hit, 2 RBIs for Lazarek. The designated player makes it all the way to second. So it was a tough play there for Gonzalez, as Cassie Gonzalez in center field had to go over to right center and dive. That wasn't routine. And now a 5-2 lead here for the University of Dallas, and a check swing fouled back. That pitch misses inside, as Tano comes up to the plate. Tano 1-1 count here going up against Scoggin. That pitch called a strike, and it's 1-2 the count to Scoggin. A grounder to second. Wilkinson will get it to first, and that will be the final out. But a 3 runs score off of 3 hits. No errors made by the defense of Centenary, and a runner left on for the Crusaders. We'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the 5th. It's a 5-2 lead here for the 6th seed Dallas University. We'll be back in a moment.
In the top of the 5th inning, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Margot Smith will come in to lead things off here for the Centenary College ladies. Campo's still in the circle for her 3rd inning of work, and she sends a strike across to Margot. Smith scored off of a double, and she also brought in a run back in the 3rd, and she grounded out to 3rd in the 1st inning. She takes the 0-1 high, and it's a ball and a strike here to Smith. Smith fouled off that 1-1. It's a 1-2 count here. A grounder foul. One-two pitch is the one that hits Smith, and Smith will take a free base.
Now batting the catcher number 3, Sydney Hurley.
Sydney Hurley coming up to the plate with nobody out and 1 on. Hurley reached on a single, and she was left on at 3rd. Back in the 3rd, she also flew out to center in the 1st. She fouls that one off, and it's a long strike here against Campo. The 0-1. That's in the dirt, and it's a ball and a strike here to Hurley. One pitch on the way inside, and Hurley not moving her bat. Takes ball 2. Two-one pitch, swung on, sent to left field. This one might stay fair, just goes foul, and it's a long strike 2. Good contact there from Hurley, but she'll have to come back to the plate. Two-two pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hurley is retired. Campos gets her first strikeout.
First baseman number 24,
And that brings up Whitney Gillette. Gillette, 2 for 2 today. She reached on a single in the third, and she reached on a double in the second. She was left on base pass both times. Campo misses outside on her first offering to the left-handed batter, Gillette. The 1-0 is a strike on the outer half of the zone. A fan in the audience disagrees. The 1-1 fouls off the pitch by Gillette. Campo takes a long look in, finds her pitch, 1-2. Sinton swung on, sent to left field. This one shading the foul territory, and it goes out of play. Torres tried to make a college effort at it, and she'll have to go back to left field without the ball. It's a 1-2 count here to Gillette, trying to continue her performance. She just needs a triple and a home run for the cycle. That'd be pretty hard. The two toughest ones to get. The 1-2 is downstairs, trying to take off for second, and getting there is Margot Smith. So Smith makes it second. She reached after being hit by a pitch to start off this fifth inning. The strikeout by Hurley is the only out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Trailing by 3 runs, Centenary College really wants to try and at least cut into this with at least 1 run scored here in the fifth. If Gillette can get that home run as part of the cycle, she would be able to bring in 2. Gillette takes a pitch outside, and it's a full count to the first baseman for the ladies. The 3-2 swung on, fouled off on the first base side as that one jammed in on Gillette. Three-2 to Gillette. Swung on into right field. This one's going to go to the wall over the head of Tano. Coming around to score will be Smith from second, and a stand-up double that brings in a run for Wendy Gillette. Cuts the lead to 2. Casey Gonzalez, who has had quite a odd couple at-bats so far in this ballgame, both resulting in outs, will come up to the plate here. 1 out. Runner at second is Gillette. Meeting in the circle here will be quickly broken up by the home plate umpire. University of Dallas enjoying a 2-run lead here. 5-3 into the bottom of the fifth. Gonzalez steps in. Gonzalez swings and lines at foul on the first base side. The sun's starting to set here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Cassie Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2 today in the oddest fashion I've ever seen. I'm not even quite sure exactly what happened. We'll go ahead and take a ball outside. And then throwing over to second is Couts as Hale tried to cover and maybe get out Whitney Gillette. Cassie Gonzalez will step back into the left-handed batter box 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. It's a 2-run lead for the University of Dallas. The ladies trying to cut into it, and the pitch outside, ball 2. The 2-1 swung on line into the left field. Being waved around to score from second is Gillette. She's going to come in as that one goes to the wall. Being waved to third to try and make it a triple. Gonzalez, she slides in, and she is safe. The sliding triple for Gonzalez brings in a run, and it's a 1-run ball game. The University of Dallas came into this bottom of the third leading by 3, and this might be the end of Campo's afternoon.
Now the rally continuing here for Centenary, and Carl, I'm sure aware that you can hear the fans behind us, the hometown Centenary College fans on their feet, and it is loud. I had to put the headphones back on for a second. They got every right to be happy right now. Their team making a nice rally here in this inning.
It looks like Centenary College will be bringing in Ashley Albright, who was part of that big 5th inning to knock off Trinity as she came in to get on base. She'll be coming in for the designated player, Aaron Lewis. So Albright trying to keep this rally going following the triple by Gonzalez. First pitch to Albright from Campo, who stays in the game. A swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. A nice pitch there from Karina Campo, who wants to get out of this inning, only have given up 2 runs. Albright just needs a sacrifice to tie this ball game up. The 0-1 on the way, swung on and grounded foul on the third base side. Just a beautiful day here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Look at that tree line along the outfield wall. That's just beautiful here to play some softball. The 0-2 pitch to Albright comes towards my face. I should have been ready for the safety net. A slide, and safe at home is Cassie Gonzalez on the wild pitch. She scores. We're tied up at 5. And Campo, with a wild pitch way too high over the head of Couts, brings in the run. Albright now with the bases empty can swing away with no agenda. A sacrifice fly would have been all they needed to tie it up here. 3 runs coming across the plate in this bottom of the 5th inning, following a 3-run top of the 5th inning by the University of Dallas. It's a 1-2 count here for Albright. The pitch from Campo is downstairs, and the count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch. Grounder hits short, scooped up by Hale. She's going to make the throw over to first in time for out number 1 as Espinoza has to stretch to make the second out of the bottom of the 5th. Brings up Jamie Wilkinson.
The second baseman, number 2, Jamie Wilkinson.
Wilkinson, so far on the day, grounded out back to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. She walked and was left on a 3rd in the 4th inning. Nobody on, 2 outs. Her team scoring 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th to tie things up at 5, and a foul ball going to the left side of the field, out of play. It'll be strike one to Wilkinson, the shortstop, the second baseman today. The 0-1 from Campo. Goes ahead and hits Wilkinson, so she'll take the base. The second hit batsman from Campo here in the 5th inning, as this inning got started off with Margot Smith getting hit by a pitch. And now Wilkinson over at first. Nicole Gant will come up to the plate. Gant scored after hitting a single in the 3rd to lead off that bottom of the 3rd inning, and then she grounded out back to the pitcher in the 4th inning. She's going to come up to the plate here as Campo trying to get out of this inning, maintaining this tie. Campo sends a pitch in, and Gant watches a strike come across the plate. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up, going to 3rd. Duenas makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But 3 runs are scored on 2 hits. No errors made by the defense of the University of Dallas Crusaders, and a runner left on by the Centenary ladies. We go ahead and head into the top of the 6th inning, tied at 5. Keep it tuned in here for more SCAC softball championship action here on Elimination Day in Shreveport, Louisiana. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports. It's the top of the 6th inning. Mel Savala, Paige Rasmussen, it's actually going to be Campos, Karina Campos, and Bree Hale coming up, due up for the Crusaders here. The first pitch is a ball to Savala. The 1-0 just misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes here to Mel Savala. .2-0 pitch. Called a strike in the lower half of the zone, and it's strike 1 there on Savala. Savala 0 for 1 today. She flew out to right, she walked, and now she comes up to the plate for her 3rd plate appearance going up against Scoggin. Check swing pulled back as Scoggin misses outside. 3-1 to count. .3-1 swung on, popped up, going back into the stands, and it's a full count here to Mel Savala. The payoff pitch, Savala shows bunt, pulls it back, and lines it to second base. Wilkinson has to adjust as she makes the stop. A base hit for Savala. Brings up Karina Campo. Campo hit into a fielder's choice to end the 4th inning. She comes up now with a runner on first, trying to help out her own cause as there's no outs, and she could, if nothing else, move Savala ahead. she shows bunt and lays it down foul. Scoggin ahead 0-1. Karina Campo getting a chant from her dugout as the 0-1 misses low, and Campo does not bite on it. Scoggin has her pitch, the 1-1 on the way, swung on and hit in the air, going foul out of play. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Campo. Swing and a foul tip that ends up in the glove of Hurley results in out number 2 for Campo. Excuse me, out number 1 there here as Dallas has their pitcher retired. Strikeout there for Scoggin, her first, and now Bree Hale will come up to the plate. Hale 0 for 2, fly out to right and a fly out to center, fouls off the first pitch. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs as Scoggin miscued the rise ball, and then a throw from Hurley to Gillette as Savila was off the bag and she was able to scamper back in time before the tag was applied. The 1-1 pitch, that one high and inside on Bree Hale, and it's 2 balls and a strike here to the shortstop from Dallas. 2-1 pitch. Scoggin has it fouled off, and it's a count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Low of the strike zone, and it's a full count here. Scoggin trying to get out the 9th hitter in the order, Hale. Hale trying to reach the base pass for the first time this evening. The payoff pitch swung on, grounded to third. Smith has it blocked, but she can't get it across the diamond in time. A base hit for Bree Hale. Brings us back to the top of the order, Bree Torres.
Left fielder number 8, Bree Torres.
Torres popped up to second to start off this ball game, flew out to left field as the shortstop came in to make that catch, and then she grounded back out to the pitcher. She's 0 for 3 here through 3 at-bats. Scoggin finds her sign, the pitch, a bunt laid down. Scoggin scoops it up, throws it over to first. She gets out number 2. The runners advance. It's Savila over to third, and Bree Hale at second. Torres advances the runners, and she doesn't get the sacrifice, but has the same effect here as she gets into the 1-3 play, and Maddie Couts, Maddie Couts it will be, who comes up to the plate here. Couts grounded out to short in the first. She singled and came around to score in the 4th, and she singled and came around to score in the 5th as well. There's going to be some administrative work done here, as it looks like this might be the end of Scoggin's evening. And Amber Lee Nix might be making her way into the ball game.
Wanted to welcome everybody currently on the YouTube stream. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. A good game going here, 5-5. Tied up here in the top of the 6th. Of course, an elimination game. Loser will go home. The winner will play Southwestern coming up about 30 minutes following this one. Carl, it's been a fun one so far here this evening.
Yes, it is, as Emberly Nix gets her warm-up pitches in. We're going to take a break. It's a 5-5 ball game, top of the 6th inning, 2 outs, runners at second and third. Don't even think about going anywhere. It is a critical situation for the Centenary College ladies when we come back on SHN Sports. Nix finishes her warm-up pitches, and Couts takes a strike on the first pitch from Nix as Scoggin doesn't quite have the book closed on her. She's responsible for the runners at second and third. It's tied at 5 here, and the pitch is just outside from Nix, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Couts. Nix finds her pitch. The 1-1 swung on and lined over the head of Campbell. That'll bring in 2 runs. Being waved around is Hale, and Russ Insabala also came in to score. 2 runs come in, and it's 7-5. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. A clutch at bat from the catcher, Maddie Couts. She gets 2 RBIs, and she also gets a base hit as Maddie Couts continues her hot hitting, her 3rd straight single. This one resulting in a score as Julie Duenas takes a strike. Duenas has been hot on the base pass. She's drawn 2 walks and has scored 2 runs on her previous 2 plate appearances. Duenas, the 3rd baseman, going up against Nix for the first time this evening, and the 0-1 pitch misses well and outside. It's a ball and a strike here to Julie Duenas. The 1-1 grounded to first. It's picked up by Gillette. She'll tag unassisted, and that ends the top of the 6th, but damage done. 2 runs scored off of 3 hits. No errors made by the defense of the ladies, and the Crusaders leave a runner on the base pass. We head into the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 7-5. Dallas leading Centenary College. We'll be back in a moment here on SHN Sports. Bottom of the 6th inning, and some work needing to be done by the Centenary ladies, as leading things off will be for the ladies, the top of the order, Terry Johnson. Johnson coming up to the plate with her team trailing by 2 runs, 7-5. Thank you guys for tuning in to SHN Sports. The winner of this game will take on Southwestern in the next game, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button to make sure that you stay up to date and can get notified when the next game goes live, as the first pitch from Campo misses low and away to Terry Johnson. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike one. The 1-1 from Campo. Just outside, called ball two. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one doesn't quite fall like Campo wanted, and it goes high, ball three. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off. It's a full count here to Terry Johnson. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded to short, picked up by Hale. She throws it over the diamond, and safe at first is Terry Johnson. Give her the base hit. She's able to leg out the grounder, and that brings up Haley Campbell.
Shortstop number 17, Haley Campbell.
Haley Campbell sacrificed in the first to advance Johnson, and then she struck out looking in the third, flew out to left into the fourth. She's 0 for 2 today. The pitch from Campo finds the strike zone in the inner half for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. This is in the dirt, and it's Couts getting on top of it to make sure that the runner at first, Johnson, doesn't advance. Ball and a strike here to Campbell. 1-1 pitch. A bunt laid down, goes right back to Campbell. She's unable to pick it up, and that'll put runners at first and second here for the ladies. Haley Campbell advances, and I think that might be ruled an error, but we'll just go ahead and call it an error for now, as Campo didn't get a good jump on it. She got her glove on it, but wasn't able to scoop it up, and that brings up Margot Smith. Smith has been hot on the base pass. She was hit by a pitch and came around to score in her last plate appearance in the fifth. She doubled, brought in a run with that double, and then came around to score in the third. And then in the first inning, she grounded out to third. She has an opportunity here with no outs and runners at first and second to at least sacrifice and move them up, and that might be the play here as Campo delivers the pitch. It's a bunt laid down the first base side. Margot Smith she's going to leg it out. And the bases are loaded. Nobody out. Smith gets on at first. Campbell moves over to second. Johnson all the way to third. And the ladies from Centenary College trying to rally here in the sixth inning to come back from down 2 runs. There's going to be a meeting in the circle for the University of Dallas Crusaders. Coming up to the plate will be the catcher, Sydney Hurley. Hurley went down swinging last time in the fifth. She singled and was left on at third in the third, and she flew out to center in the first. She's hoping to bring in a run. The Centenary fans getting into it. Centenary trying to get into the semifinals. Campo sends in the pitch. Swung on. This one grounded past the shortstop for a base hit. 1 run will score. Trying to come in to score into second. Stuttering as she slides in. Safe. That's Campbell coming in from second. Johnson scored from third. Margot Smith gets all the way to third base. Give 2 RBIs and a single to Sydney Hurley. We're tied at 7. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, my goodness, Carl. Electrifying is the only word to describe the atmosphere right now at Centenary Softball Complex.
There's a meeting in the circle Wendy Gillette will come up here in a moment. And as this conversation in the circle happens, we're tied at 7. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. The heart of the order here for Centenary coming up with Wendy Gillette and Cassie Gonzalez on deck. And good news for the Centenary ladies. Gillette doubled, bringing in a run, and then came around to score herself in her last plate appearance in the 5th inning.
Pitch running for the ladies, number 16, Kelsey Bourgeois. Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Wendy Gillette.
Pinch running will be Kelsey Bourgeois at first base for Hurley. Courtesy runner, I should say. So Bourgeois at first representing Hurley's run, or base hit, I should say. And here comes Gillette. Campo sends in the pitch. That's a strike on the outer half of the zone. Gillette has reached base in every plate appearance so far this ball game. She reached on a double in the second, a single in the first. She was left on at second in both of those times before that aforementioned double that she brought in a run and came around to score. And now trying to get across the plate at home, taking the lead is Margot Smith as there was a chase down trying to get Hurley's runner, Bourgeois. Bourgeois makes it over to second, and a double steal on. A great play there by Coach Mark Swear, and he gives the Centenary ladies an 8-7 lead. It's been a 3-run bottom of the 6th inning for Centenary College, and now Wendy Gillette has a runner on second, and she can come up and try to add on to this lead. The 1-1 pitch coming from Campo is downstairs, and it's 2 balls and a strike here to Gillette. The 2-1 swung on, floated over into right center field. This one's going to drop and bounce off of the wall. Being waved around to score from second is Bourgeois. She's going to come in uncontested. The double and an RBI for Wendy Gillette, and it's a happy inning for the ladies as they take a 9-7 lead. Brings up Cassie Gonzalez, the center fielder. She had a triple and brought in a run, came around to score herself in the 5th inning, and she had a couple weird at-bats that resulted in outs in the 2nd and 3rd. I believe a batter's interference and an infield fly rule in the 3rd. Wasn't quite sure what happened in the 3rd. There was no explanation given. But Gonzalez, the center fielder, steps up with a lot of momentum behind her. She sends this one in the center field, and it'll be caught by Cordova. The F8 is the first out here in the 6th inning for the Centenary College ladies. Ashley Albright staying in the game as she is the new designated player. Aaron Lewis's evening done for the moment as Albright, who grounded out to short back in the 5th inning, and her first at-bat comes up, and she pulls back a check swing as this pitch hits the dirt coming from Campo. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on, fouled off. This one going out of play on the left field side. The 1-1 Albright. Inside, ball 2. Two on Albright. She foul tips it back into the catcher Couts. That'll be strike 2. She got a piece of that ball. Just misjudged the height. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Albright. Campo trying to get out of this inning, only trailing by 2. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, hit in the air. This one going to center field. Cordova will catch it and thinking about tagging up, but then going back to second is Gillette. Back-to-back fly outs to center brings us to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up the second baseman, Jamie Wilkinson. Wilkinson grounded out to the pitcher in the second. She walked and was left on at third in the 4th inning. She was hit by a pitch and left on at first in the 5th. She comes up to the plate here, going up against Campo with a runner on second and 2 outs. Campo into the motion, the pitch swung on. This one hitting the left field. Torres trying to track it, dives, and makes the catch for out number 3. That'll end an exciting bottom of the 6th inning in which 4 runs are scored off of 4 hits, an error made by the defense of the Crusaders, and a runner left on by the Centenary ladies. We head into the top of the 7th, a 2-run lead. It's 9-7. The Centenary ladies leading the University of Dallas Crusaders. We'll be back in a moment on SHN Sports. Nick sends in a pitch here to start off the top of the 7th inning. A swing and a miss here for the leadoff hitter, Liz Cordova. Cordova reached on an error in the second, popped up to third in the 4th. She grounds this one back to Nix, and Nix makes the easy throw to Gillette for out number 1.
Designated player number 2, Caitlin Lazarus.
That pitch outside, ball 1. Here to Caitlin Lazarek. Lazarek fouls this one off towards the University of Dallas dugout. Lazarek and Mackenzie Tano also due up here for the University of Dallas Crusaders. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-run lead for the Centenary ladies as they're trying to advance to take on the Southwestern Pirates next. Fouls this one off to the right side. It's out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Lazarek. Nix sends into 2-2, swung on, grounded foul. 2-2 to Lazarus. Swing and a miss. It gets away from the catcher, Hurley. Hurley's going to have to throw it, and that one misses wide as legging it out on the strikeout is Lazarus. So that wild pitch sends Lazarus to first, and Mackenzie Tano steps in here. Runner on first, one out. Nix sends the pitch, and it's thrown over the head of Johnson. And Johnson has to track it down to the wall, heading for third and getting greedy and being tagged. Safe as she dives in is Lazarus. Tano with the base hit double. She gets the extra base hit as she sits at second. One out here.
Second baseman number 15, Mel Savala.
Mel Savala here steps in with runners at second and third, one out. Nix trying to get out of this inning and win the ball game for her team. She sends a strike in to Savala. The tying run at second, and in the dirt is the pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Mel Savala. The 1-1 pitch swung on, hit in the air. This one coming back into the stands, and that'll result in strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes here. Nix trying to get the second out of the top of the 7th. Bumping shown by Savala. She swings and misses. She swings and grounds this one to short. And then going over to score is Lazarus from third. Tano dives in safe at third. There's 2 outs here, but it's only a 1-run ball game. Don't close the book on this one yet, as Savala sacrifices essentially as she grounds out to short to make this a 1-run ball game. Karina Campo will come up to the plate. Nix in this pitcher's duel here against Campo will go ahead and send the pitch in, and it's called a strike on the outer half of the zone. The tying run sitting at third in Mackenzie Tano. This one bounces back to Nix. She's going to make the underhand safe throw to Gillette, and that ends the ball game. The Centenary College ladies advance in the SCAC softball championship tournament to take on Southwestern. Keep it tuned in here. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as the next game will be the Centenary College ladies going up against the Southwestern Pirates right here on SHN Sports. I'm Carl Schoening. Don't go anywhere. Centenary College is going to have a post-game interview when we come back.
What a game. Back at the 2019 SCAC Softball Championships here in Shreveport, Louisiana on the campus of Centenary College. We're joined by Centenary head coach Mark Swear along with senior Wendy Gillette of the ladies. Ladies picking up a incredible win today, 9-8 over the University of Dallas, advancing one more round, now one game away from the SCAC Championship. Coach, Wendy, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Coach, what a college softball game. Your team goes up 2-0, then you find yourselves down 5-2. You claw your way back, get tied up 5-5, then you find yourselves down 2 more runs again, score 4 in the bottom of the 6, and then 9-8 there at the end, and Dallas was threatening. Just the resiliency of this team all weekend was really just exemplified today in this game.
Yeah, I think it's just a culmination of an entire year of just having to focus on playing for each other and with each other, and it doesn't matter what happens during the game, that we'll always have each other's back.
Wendy, for you, 4 for 4, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs, just an absolutely monster afternoon for you. Just take me through your appearances there at the plate. How were you able to be so successful out there?
Well, considering I'm a senior, I just kind of wanted to lay it all on the line. I've had a rough weekend, but I know my teammates have had my back, and it's really all for them. I know last year we wanted to lay it out for our seniors, and I want to do the same thing for my other 9 classmates. So, how
much fun is this team having right now? I mean, you knew coming in today it was going to be a tough climb, but 2/3 of the way to the goal that you had set earlier today, and it seems like, despite everything where it's been ups and downs, this team has been able to stick together. How proud are you of this group, and how much fun has it been?
I don't think proud can even describe it. Like, there's no words. Like, this team's a family, and and we've talked about from day one that we want to play on Sunday, and in order to do that, we've had to play for each other and with each other, and I think we've been pretty successful today.
Alrighty, Coach. Push all the chips in the middle of the table now. One more game left to have the opportunity to get this team into Sunday tomorrow with this group. What are you going to try and tell your ladies here? What's the message, and how do you pull it out?
Yeah, there's really no message anymore. This senior group, we've got 10 seniors who've all been here for 4 years and have done a tremendous job for us. This will be the 3rd time in those 4 years that we're playing for an opportunity to go to the championship game. We're just, we're trying to focus on trying to get it done this time and reach Sunday.
Mark Swear, Wendy Gillette, again, the Centenary College ladies winning an absolute phenomenal college softball game today, 9-8 in 7 innings over the University of Dallas as they head to 1 game shy of the SCAC championship. Coach, Wendy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Final game coming up here on SHN Sports Network. We've had 5 games for you today, the 5th one on tap. Go grab a beverage, go to the bathroom, come back 30 minutes. We will have your final game today. You're not going to want to miss this one. Everything's on the line. As I said to Coach, all the chips are pushed to the middle of the table. We'll be back.